Our country has come a long way to become what it is now. Through many ups and downs and hardships and crises, we have persevered through it all. And I believe we have another crisis on our hands now, which is the hate that police officers are facing. Our country has the duty to provide security to all of its citizens, and we do that through police officers. I think that they've done a great job in the past, but they're facing a lot of hate and negativity now due to the actions of unprofessional police officers. Their actions have not gone unnoticed. There are people who want to rebuild the safe and healthy image that police departments have fought so hard to create, and I believe that image is now in jeopardy. I have a very personal tie with police officers because my dad was a police officer and a detective. He worked really hard, and I've heard many stories about things that he's done throughout his career. He would usually come home pretty late around dinner time, even though his shift ended a little bit earlier than that. And me and my family would sit around the dinner table and talk about how our day went. And as we were doing so, one thing that I failed to realize when I was younger, but I realize now, is about how happy he was. He dealt with a lot of bad people, and he's arrested a lot of people and solved many cases. But one thing I realized is how happy he was and how much he enjoyed his job, even though it was so difficult. He woke up in the morning, he took me and my brother to school, and he was excited to go to work, which I think is one thing that's very important. And it really hurts me when people say things like defund the police or all cops are bad. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, and I know that there are cops out there that make a lot of poor decisions, and they may be abusive and cruel, but the number of good police officers heavily outweigh the number of bad police officers. Although the bad events, I feel like, are the ones people notice, like if you see it on TV, I think that there are still many good events that police officers do, and I think they help the communities a lot more than people realize. With this said, I ask that you please give police officers the respect that they deserve, because a lot of them work really hard. I believe that there's a saying that I'm sure you all know, which is to not judge a book by its cover. I ask that in the future, if you ever talk to a police officer, that you give them the respect and dignity that they deserve, and I ask that you respect them until they lose your respect. Thank you.